so much. My family and I, we are beyond excited. This is exactly where we wanted to be. This is exactly where we want to be.
Where we want you.
This is going to be a challenge. I'm well aware of that.
This is going to be a challenge.
I know what this division's about. And this is exactly where we want to be. We're going to go after this thing, and it's going to take all of us in this room. It's going to take this locker room. It's nothing more important than that locker room. And us serving that locker room and those players. All right? They need to understand that. They need to feel that from us every single day. And if we do that, the wins are going to come.
Okay.
When the Chicago Bears announced Ben Johnson as their new head coach, it wasn't just a hire. It was a warning. Johnson didn't come to Chicago to play nice, make minor adjustments, or navigate around the team's deep-rooted issues. He came to tear it all down and build something better. Johnson's reputation is well known as the offensive mastermind who turned Detroit's weak offense into an explosive force. Now, he's bringing that fearless, no-excuses mentality to a team in desperate need of revival. With his boots solidly established in Chicago's football landscape, Johnson isn't just coaching. He's rewriting the Bears' future.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable. The bar has been set higher than it's ever been set before. The only way for this team, and for you as individual players, to reach your potential is to be pushed and to be challenged. And that's exactly what I and my staff plan on doing. We're going to push, we're going to challenge. And along with those high standards, there's also going to be a high level of support as well.
A culture of discomfort. Johnson's formula for greatness. When Ben Johnson stepped into the Chicago Bears headquarters as their new head coach, he made one thing crystal clear. Comfort is the enemy of progress. From day one, Johnson's motto has been, "Get comfortable being uncomfortable." It's a philosophy designed to push players beyond their limits, forcing them to embrace challenges that lead to growth. For the Bears, who have long struggled to find an identity on offense, this approach is a welcome shock to the system. Johnson demands a mindset where effort and resilience are non-negotiable. He believes that pressure reveals character, and his players will have to prove their worth through determination and hard work. Johnson's methods may seem harsh, but they're also inspiring. By pushing his players to embrace discomfort, he's teaching them to thrive under pressure, something that has long been missing in Chicago's locker room. Under his leadership, the Bears are not just looking to rebuild, they're aiming to redefine what it means to compete in the NFL.
Ben Johnson gets brought in, right? He's going to be the head coach of the Bears. Well, what are the things you look for in coordinators that make you think they have a better chance of being successful as the head guy?
There's so much more to the head guy. You got to bring energy every day. Not everybody's built like that. Some people love like being in a cave, watching tape and designing what they want to run and how they want to run it and set it up. But now you can't just worry about your offense. Everything about it now becomes you. Not everybody has that capacity. Not everybody has that energy. Every team takes on the personality of their coach.
Demanding yet supportive. Johnson's balanced coaching and philosophy. While Ben Johnson is known for his high expectations, he's not one for barking orders without care. His coaching philosophy is built on a delicate balance of demanding excellence while providing continuous encouragement. For Johnson, pushing players to their limits is only effective if they trust that their coach has their back. He wants his team to take risks, try new strategies, and push boundaries, knowing they won't be punished for honest mistakes. This approach encourages an environment where players feel empowered, motivated, and connected. Johnson understands that the best players thrive when they feel valued and supported, not just criticized. His ability to read his team's rhythm and adjust his approach to meet individual needs is what sets him apart from many coaches. By combining high-pressure expectations with personal investment in his players' success, Johnson is developing a culture where accountability and encouragement coexist.
Ben Johnson's basically coming in and cleaning house, which was completely expected, right? I don't think that should really surprise anybody that Ben Johnson's going to want his own people in the building when it all comes down to it. And so it is what it is. Like Simo, he had to get up out of there. The offensive line coach, there's no really point of bringing him back in any point in time, at least in my opinion. And now Ben Johnson gets to really go out and see what's going to happen or go out and build his own staff. I know there initially been some talk about Hank Fraley maybe being
Sweeping changes, a coaching staff reorganization. Ben Johnson wasted no time shaking up the Chicago Bears coaching staff, making it clear that the current state was no longer acceptable. In an unexpected move, he dismissed 5 members of the coaching staff, including interim head coach Thomas Brown and defensive coordinator Eric Washington. The sudden action signaled Johnson's no-nonsense approach to accountability. He didn't wait to evaluate performance over months. Instead, he made immediate changes to align the staff with his vision. These departures were not just about clearing house, but about bringing in fresh perspectives and voices that match Johnson's philosophy. By assembling a coaching team that mirrors his high standards and commitment to innovation, Johnson is ensuring that everyone in the building is contributing in the same direction. This change may seem ruthless, but it's exactly what the Bears needed. After years of poor performance and outdated strategies, Johnson's willingness to make tough decisions shows his determination to turn the Bears into a contending team.
There's no doubt Caleb played a large component into my decision. He is a phenomenal talent that had, as many quarterbacks do, an up and down rookie year. Where I see my role is as a supporter of him. This offense will be calibrated with him in mind. We're going to build this thing. This is not simply a dropping of a previous playbook down on the table.
The rookie revolution. Caleb Williams as the centerpiece. If there's one player Ben Johnson is banking on to lead the Bears' transformation, it's rookie quarterback Caleb Williams. The #1 overall pick in the draft comes with sky-high expectations, and Johnson is fully committed to unlocking his potential. Johnson has already begun crafting a custom offensive scheme designed to maximize Williams' unique talents. He plans to build the offense around Williams' ability to extend plays, throw on the run, and exploit defensive mismatches. Johnson's track record with quarterbacks, particularly his work with Jared Goff in Detroit, suggests he knows exactly how to customize his system to bring out the best in his signal caller. Williams isn't just a player. He's a project, a blank slate for Johnson to mold into a dynamic playmaker who can redefine the Bears' offensive identity. This focus on Williams isn't just about developing a great quarterback. It's about laying the foundation for the future of the franchise. Johnson's investment in Williams sends a clear message. The Bears are building something special, and Williams is at the heart of it all. A blank-place finish sparks a full reset. The 2024 Chicago Bears hit rock bottom, finishing last in total offense and barely seeming like a competitive NFL team. The terrible performance left the organization with no choice but to hit the reset button, and that's where Ben Johnson comes in. His arrival is not just about hiring a new head coach, it's about completely rewriting the entire philosophy of the team. Johnson's success as the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions makes him the ideal candidate to address the Bears' obvious problems with offense. Johnson understands the scope of the task ahead, but he's not intimidated. Instead, he's approaching it with an organized, data-driven strategy that leaves no stone unturned.
The Bears are hiring Ben Johnson as their next head coach, and I have 3 reasons to why this is a great hire. Number 1, he is an offensive mind that you can pair with Caleb Williams. And not only is Ben Johnson a great play caller, which many around the National Football League point to, he also runs the football. So he's not just a guy that's going to come in as a quarterback guru and then ignore the run game. A part of what helps a young quarterback is a great run game. I think Ben Johnson will be able to marry those two together to get the most out of Caleb Williams. Number 2, Ben Johnson comes to Chicago from Detroit, where Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Lions, has been running a top-level operation for Detroit the last couple of seasons. They've been in the mix, one of the better teams over the last couple of years in the NFL. And not only that, he's been on the field calling plays with his offense.
Proven success. Why Johnson is the right man for the job. If anyone can revive the Bears' struggling offense, it's Ben Johnson. His time with the Detroit Lions was nothing short of outstanding, as he transformed an ineffective offense into one of the league's most dynamic units. Under his leadership, the Lions ranked among the top teams in points per game and total yards, and quarterback Jared Goff experienced a turnaround in his career. Now, Johnson is bringing that same energy and expertise to Chicago. His ability to adapt his play calling to his players' strengths is a game changer for a Bears team that has long lacked offensive identity. Johnson's commitment to detail and innovative approach make him a perfect fit for a team in desperate need of a fresh perspective. The question isn't whether Johnson can improve the Bears, it's how far he can take them.
I love that they got Ben Johnson. He's clearly going to bring some sizzle to the offense.
What does that mean for Caleb Williams?
I mean, Caleb, if you look at his numbers, he's like got the best passing stats ever for a Chicago Bear quarterback, and he didn't have an offensive line. But we don't know how Ben Johnson is as a culture builder. This team needs a culture builder. They haven't had any kind of success for a long time. Chance.
Ben Johnson, we know you can call plays, but can you build that culture in Chicago? We hope so, because the Bears need to be back for the sake of the NFL.
Building a culture of support and growth. While offensive schemes and playbooks are important, Ben Johnson knows that success starts with people. His commitment to building a supportive environment for his players is an essential component of his coaching philosophy. Johnson believes that players perform their best when they feel valued, heard, and challenged in a positive way. He's already emphasized the importance of open communication and creating a structure that promotes growth. Johnson's ability to connect with his team on a personal level is what sets him apart as a leader. He understands that football is as much about relationships as it is about strategy, and he's using that insight to create a team that's united, motivated, and focused. For a franchise that has struggled with consistency and morale, Johnson's focus on support and growth is a welcome change.
Everybody in this building is going to be all about helping you guys out. How do you become the best versions of yourselves? That's what it's going to be about from start to finish. When you walk in, it'll be crystal clear, the communication, the structure, and the consistency, and that will never waver. Our mission starting this spring is to win and to win now.
The mission: win now and turn the Bears into contenders. If there's one thing Ben Johnson isn't lacking, it's ambition. His mission for the Chicago Bears is clear: win now. Johnson isn't interested in slow rebuilds or setting long-term goals without immediate results. He's here to make the Bears competitive from day one. His track record of success, combined with his bold vision for the team, has given fans and players the same reason to believe that change is finally coming. Johnson's approach is about more than just winning games. It's about establishing a new standard of excellence for the franchise. For the first time in years, the Bears have a leader who isn't just talking about change, he's making it happen. The Chicago Bears' decision to hire Ben Johnson wasn't just bold, it was transformative. Johnson has made his intentions clear. The old ways are gone, and the new Bears will thrive or die by his vision. His methods may be bold, even ruthless, but for a franchise desperate for change, it's exactly what's needed. The fear of failure that once gripped this team is being replaced by a fresh approach: win now and win big. For Bears fans, Johnson's arrival is a spark of hope in what's been a dark era. The challenge ahead is immense, but if anyone can rise to it, it's Ben Johnson.